It hasn't been 2 months this time, and I'm back ready to talk about Bleach because if I don't make more of these videos, I'm not allowed to read the manga, so that keeps me going because I need to be ready for the 1000-year Blood War arc. We last left off with Aizen escaping to Wako Mundo with the Hokyoku to create more Arrancars and blur that line between Hollow and Soul Reaper even more. On the other end, we have Ichigo having shown he is on the opposite end of the spectrum, going from Soul Reaper to a Hollow. Both must collide to see the fate of the Soul Society and the human realm, as Aizen must collapse all of Karakura Town to fulfill his goal. Here are my thoughts on the human realm portion of the Arrancar arc, starting off with the quick hits. So we get two pretty big reveals in this section that I think are important, but don't have a lot to them at the moment. They are the reveal that Uryu's father is still in fact a Quincy that can actively use his abilities at a level even higher than Uryu and possibly even his father. Then we get shown that Isshin Kurosaki has a lot more to him than meets the eye. He himself is a former Soul Reaper and has known about the ongoings of Ichigo, Rukia, and Kon since things started but has stayed out of it. Learning these details and that Kisuke is familiar with Ichigo's father shows that there's a layer of information that the crew doesn't know yet and may not be revealed to them for a long period of time. Will Isshin step in when the Espada make their move on Karakura Town? Will Uryu's father aid the Soul Reapers to save his home? Only time will tell. Like I said in the last video, Tite Kubo kills the game with his character designs. All of the Arrancars have a design that fits their personality expertly. Ulquiorra has a subdued design with a dark color palette to show his calm and reserved nature. Grimmjow has bright hair and a boisterous clothing choice with no shirt to show his cocky attitude, and Yami is big strong boy who is angry like most gigantic monsters. Uryu is on a journey to recover his Quincy powers by training with his father under the condition that he no longer works with Soul Reapers. Spoilers! He does not withhold his end of the bargain because literally his father couldn't stop him from working with them without killing him, and also because Ichigo is his boy. Finding out that he wasn't the true heir to the Quincy's must have been a shell shock for Uryu, as he thought he was the last will and testament of his grandfather, only to realize that someone who hates the title Quincy holds greater power and is the true last Quincy. Going off of that, it's easy to comprehend why Uryu would tell his dad whatever he needs to gain his powers back and carry on the duty his grandfather bestowed to him. I'm curious to see how strong he got off of the training, but we won't find that out till later. Now, on to the main points I want to talk about today. As I've grown older and into my elderly years at the ripe age of 22, I found myself reacting more emotionally to media. And let me tell you, despite them having not been together for legitimately 10 to 20 chapters, seeing Ichigo's eyes light up after seeing Rukia and start to shake the depression he has over not being able to guard the safety of his friends after the Arrancars attacked made me begin to tear up. I mentioned before how the relationship between those two is the backbone of the series since the literal first chapter, so reuniting in the overworld for the first time in 100 chapters felt like seeing someone who was thought to be gone forever. The throwback to the beginning of the series with Rukia and Ichigo hunting a hollow to reignite Ichigo's inner fire was akin to one of my favorite films, Rocky III, where Rocky has to lean on the shoulders of the person he respects the most in Apollo Creed, as he was the one who inspired the Eye of Tiger within Rocky, like how Rukia inspired Ichigo to become a hero. Without the friendship of Rukia, Ichigo has proven that he can get lost in his own head often, but something about her always shakes him free from the mental block holding him back. It even becomes a source of envy for Orihime, who has her own set of issues that she isn't able to work through at the moment. In my opinion, the best kind of conflict in writing is internal conflict. The average person hasn't fought demon ghosts wielding a sword bigger than themselves, fought an entire army to prevent the execution of their best friend, or destroyed an entire firebird that is made to kill Grim Reapers, but every single person at some point in their lives has had to battle their inner thoughts, and the majority of this art consists of said concept. Watching Ichigo self-destruct and go from the man who single-handedly disrupted the Soul Society to a broken individual taking damage from even the most mediocre of hollows was tough to watch. Ichigo has been such a strong-willed, never-say-die character that watching him fall to his knees in a metaphorical Walmart was unexpected. This is a battle shonen, however, so internal conflict has to lead to external solutions, which is when Ichigo goes to the Vizoreds/Visoreds. They switch back and forth between translations in the manga I'm reading, so I don't know which one to go with. to gain control over his inner demon and turn that weakness into a strength. In fact, that strength became so strong, he was able to terribly wound the Espada Sexta, Grimmjow Jaquerjaques, albeit with a 10-second timer, giving him his confidence and mojo back again.
I think I got my swagger back. Oh!
Here we go. The big one. So I usually try to avoid being negative about things I actually enjoy. However, this specific issue has stood out so hard, and I can't honestly tell if it's my bias or if it's a true problem within the series, and it's the character of Orihime. Actually, it's the lack thereof. Since we got the initial backstory for Orihime, her character has been revolved around her being a klutz, healer, and loving Ichigo. In this section of the manga, Orihime states her dissatisfaction with Ichigo and Rukia's relationship, often finding herself wishing to be in Rukia's position. This is utterly absurd to me. Orihime has been in Ichigo's life since before Rukia was. In that entire time before Rukia arrived, it has been hinted that Orihime had liked Ichigo. So why didn't she try and start anything with him? Why did it take Ichigo having a close friendship with another girl for her to finally decide enough is enough, I must prove myself to him? It's frustrating to see Orihime complain to Rangiku that she wishes she could have helped Ichigo through his funk, when she could have, if she took more chances to actually learn about who Ichigo is as a person from him, instead of taking an outsider's perspective on things. It feels like a middle school crush, where you like someone but you don't actually know that person. You just like your perceived idea of them. And I will defend Bleach in saying that Naruto has the same issue with the ever-boring Hinata and Naruto ship, but I just wish they gave Orihime a backbone. Or if not a backbone, at least a character that isn't so entirely dependent on Ichigo. It seems for Kubo that the women in the series are either total badasses or attached to the hip of a male character. Momo has Aizen, Orihime has Ichigo, Rangiku has Hitsugaya, albeit in a non-romantic way. We've gotten to the portion of Bleach I don't remember as much as the Soul Society arc, so maybe it turns around for her, but from my memory, it doesn't look like Orihime will be ending up on any top character list for myself. Shorter part this time around because there was a lot of fighting and not so much dialogue to analyze, but Ichigo has met up with his crew of Uryu and Chad to rescue Orihime from Aizen, who has taken her due to his interest in her healing powers. The three-man group must go into Hueco Mundo to take on all 10 of the Espada, who are just as, if not stronger, than the 13 court guards' average captain level. A hopeless-looking mission to save a friend by putting all of your lives on the line as well as directly disobeying the Soul Society's wishes shows why Ichigo is just that damn cool of a guy. Will Uryu and Chad have leveled up enough to take down Espadas alone? These questions will be answered in the next portion of the manga when we head into Hueco Mundo to bust Aizen's ass.